Alright, what's going on guys, WB Kyle here, welcome back to a brand new Hearthstone video. Today we're going to be taking a look at Control Mage. This is one of StrifeCrow's lists. I switched up like a card or two in it, but other than that it's basically the exact same. So yeah, this is the new ranked season. I'm going to be going for Legend again, and I'm hoping this deck is good enough to where I can at least get up into the high ranks with it, if not take it all the way. So yeah, we'll just jump into some games and see how it goes. I'm only running one Fireball in this deck. Generally, you get some off of a Kabbalist Tome or Babbling Book. So I basically run two, it's just not always guaranteed. Usually, you don't really need a second one most time anyway. You're not really playing for the burst damage to their face, you're pretty much just playing for board control. And I mean, sometimes you just draw it anyway. Medivh's Valet on turn 2 is probably never correct. Might be in certain situations, maybe against Zoo or something, if you think you need a faster play than just pinging. But usually even against Zoo, you can just ping off their one drop anyway. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure what's going to be going down here, so... Secrets... I wonder if I pass again. Could play Doomsayer. Turn 4, what could he really play? I wonder if we're playing the same deck. Drop the Doomsayer in case it's Mirror Entity. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting it to be Mirror Entity, but you never really know. This might stop like a Coin Azure Drake or something that he was planning on doing. He just plays another Secret. That is totally fine. I'm guessing this is some sort of Freeze Mage then, or even potentially Secret Mage, but not likely. This is going good for us actually, because we're trying to control into the late game, and it's already turn 5 and he hasn't played a single threat out, so we still have all the answers in our hand. If that turn I had drawn a Secret, I probably would have played the Secret along with Medivh's Valet. But no such thing happened. Thorson probably getting fireballed. Can I do anything better than that? Could do Forgotten Torch, Arcane Blast. But I think, I hope this isn't Effigy, or even Duplicate. Okay, so it's Ice Barrier, Ice Block. That would have procced Spellbender, Effigy. I know it's not, or at least I know one of them isn't Mirror Entity. I'd rather play one card there instead of two, because if I play two, then Emperor Thorson gets one less discount. So this is, I'm just trying to maximize value here, because if he's playing the same deck I am, it's all about getting as much value out of your cards as possible. Like if I had drawn Kabbalist Tome here, I would have played that over the Thorson, but since no such thing happened, I'll just drop Thorson. These cards aren't too bad to discount. I mean, none of them are great, but I digress. Looks like he is playing the same deck, interesting enough. If only we were running something in our deck. He didn't kill Thorson though, which is really, really good news. Get double discount on some things. Okay, what can we do here? We can do Ice Block, Medivh's Valet, that gets down to 4, or can Azure Drake, Arcane Blast, Forgotten Torch. Seems pretty good. Ice Barrier, that's pretty expected. Ice Barrier in this matchup is probably like really not useful. So it's kind of good. He's running at least one of them. He has one less potentially better card in his deck, maybe even two. Flame Strike, get a 7 drop. It's pretty typical. Ooh. I mean, in theory, hitting with that takes away a durability too, and he takes 5 to the face and doesn't get a 1/1. So I mean, that's arguably the better play, but he had to use an answer to a maybe better card, even though he had a pretty simple answer right here.
Excuse me, you are on. Excuse me, you are on fire. Mind if I roll me?
He played 1 Flame Strike. If he has the second, this isn't even that bad. I draw an extra card. I really need to pick up an Arcane Intellect or something like Kabbalah's Tome here would be very nice, or even Medivh.
What to do? What to do?
It's interesting. He should have hit with his 1/1 first. It's actually a pretty big mistake, so now I can trade and ping here. And I have the Medivh. Could play Forgotten Torch with it, but I think I'm going to try to get a bigger spell. Could even Frostbolt, but this just gets pinged off anyway. It's probably going to be floating mana, so shouldn't matter too much. I think I'll just pass here.
I bring life.
Interesting. We got the ice block, so we're not scared to die here, that's for sure. Medivh, Frostbolt that, just get it down. Well, I don't even have to Frostbolt, just so that my 7/7 survives. Yeah, we'll go for it. I'll take a 2-drop, it's not very bad. Has potential to be decent, but he's probably going to answer it, so. Flame Lines, interesting. I wonder if his deck is a Reno deck. Thunderbluff. And go Thalnos Flame Strike, it's pretty good. Get a 5-drop along with it. Ooh. I think if he has Flame Strike, it's dead anyway. But I think I'm willing to throw a Forgotten Torch at the 1 health guy just to be able to ping this.
Everyone, get in here!
This is the same play he made with his Forbidden Flame. Forgotten Torch, I got a 1-drop. It uses the last durability of this, otherwise I can just hit and it uses 1 durability. But I think at this point, just cycling the card and putting the 6 damage on my deck is fine. And it saves a bit of health on me as well. If he has that no answer for these patrons, it could be a secret win condition that I had never considered. If it's Doomsayer, I actually don't have an answer. It's kind of unfortunate. Could pick one up here. 5 damage. It's not quite enough. Huh. Well, that was surprisingly good for him. Good news is we drew the Kabbalah's Tome, so even though like our board died, we saw an active play. Otherwise we would have just pinged his face and passed, and that would have really slowed our game down. Yogg-Saron. Kill me? Thank you.
Reporting for duty.
I just noticed my tracker isn't working. See, Yogg-Saron would stop casting spells right about now. If this was new Yogg-Saron. Cannot wait for that nerf to come. he would have gotten not a 5/5 1/1 instead and wouldn't have gotten these. Luckily for me, I'm very good at top decking. FG could be pretty good with Avian Watcher. We've dealt with his Medivh, we've dealt with his Thorsan, we've dealt with his Yogg. Shouldn't have too many answers yet left. We've dealt with his Alexstrasza. I've not dealt with the Arcane Giants. Wonder if that's good enough of a card to put into the deck. I feel like it might be. Interesting. We could do Mirror Image, Doomsayer, ping that. And I think if we do that, we might as well drop the Babbling Book as well. Maybe we pick up a Flame Lance, second effigy. Alright, that's not too bad here. If the 8/8 has to go into 0/2, then, and he doesn't have an answer for this, we're pretty fortunate. It's not likely, but there's a chance. I wonder what our win condition is. We still have our Alexstrasza, and we still have a second Kabbalist Tome, so we still have a few ways we can win this game. Alright, he was able to deal with the Doomsayer. Still soaked up 8 damage. Got no more Flame Strikes in our deck. Could just drop the Alexstrasza on his face. Just trades into his 8/8, and that's pretty bad, though. And if we play Avian Watcher, we want an effigy along with it. But we also want to deal 4 to that Azure Drake. I think this is our best option here. And we'll ping this one. Ping this one because if we happen to draw a Kabbalist Tome and we get a Fireball out of it or something, it's just closer to being able to kill that, just off by a ping. It's pretty lucky for him. This game could end up going to Fatigue, honestly, and at this point he's probably going to be winning that game. If that's a Polymorph, that fucking blows. Okay, Fireball. At least the effigy goes off. He's trying to pop the block this turn. Yeah, that kind of sucks. 13, 17. He can't pop it, which is lucky for us. I mean, we have 2 more, but still good news to keep that one around. Frost Nova is a pretty good card. However, I think we still just want to drop the Alexstrasza. Or do we? We could just Frost Nova, stall for an extra draw. We'll set him down to 15. And next turn we can Ice Block Frost Nova. He might not even... Actually, he'll definitely trade into this, but...
Let the pain speak to me.
I feel like that was a bad decision to drop the Acolyte. I mean, he still has 6 cards left, but I could put him into Fatigue, technically. Alright. Frost Nova.
Well played.
Ice Block. Do we ping the Acolyte? I think the Fatigue game is too slow here. But I don't even know what other options I have. I think we'll just start going for the face damage.
Well played.
Gonna be rich.
Ice block. Nice. Hmm.
I'm almost out of cards.
I think the only way we win is through fatigue. I actually don't think there's a way we can win this game, but it was fun while it lasted. I think I have Arcane Intellect. I think one Frost Nova in here. The Frost Nova doesn't matter because he just pings. Despair.
You win.
If he didn't get that Reno off, he just outvalued us with Reno. It happens. We were playing Avian Watcher, he was playing Reno, so typically his is slightly better, but we were fortunate enough to get 4 ice blocks anyway. It's not that big of a deal. On to the next one.
You asked for it.
Not entirely sure how this matchup works, but I don't think it's as bad as regular Freeze Mage's matchup because you can value with like Medivh and they usually don't have enough removal. Ooh, Prince Malchazar. Interesting. I wonder if that just means he's just a full-on control warrior that's running Prince Malchazar. Maybe I'll try this deck out after. Seems fun at least. Maybe he's not playing? This is actually like a really interesting play. I mean, could just ping pass, but I might want to just cycle the Thalnos. Might also want to stop his potential turn 2 play. I'm not too sure what he'd play. But I do think Doomsayer is the wrong call. So it's between Thalnos and pinging. I think I'll play the Thalnos. Just cycle for proactive play here. Our hand is pretty bad.
I hope you like my invention.
Interesting. Similar to last game, we're going to want to try to get full value out of every single card. So if we can save the one, we don't actually have an answer to that. But Doomsayer. Like if Thanos can get a bit of damage in and then draw me a card as well, that's actually a lot better than just drawing a card. Especially in this matchup, every point of damage matters. Alright, he's got 2 golden monkeys. Definitely not going to be fatiguing him this game, that's for sure. Forgotten Torch would have been good last turn. I'll just drop the Azure Drake here. Alright, so these are some good cards for Emperor to get off on, especially Alexstrasza.
What now?
Blood Ticker, Inner Rage. I don't know what deck this guy's playing. Is this the like kind of like one turn kill Worgen deck except with Prince Malchezaar? I don't know. I think I'm okay letting that thing live. Thorson hitting these cards is pretty huge. If it is the one turn kill Worgen deck, he's out of luck because we have Ice Block. So as long as we have that by the time he does the combo, we're good to go. If it even is that deck, I feel like it's not. But it's interesting running Inner Rage and Pyro. Double Pyro means not Reno. We can get that off the list.
Armor made to fit.
Armorsmith also points towards the Worgen deck. Or maybe it's Patron. Okay. I was gonna say he didn't kill Thorson, but yeah. It's unfortunate. So many options. Is it important enough to Forgotten Torch that thing? The answer is no. And we'll just drop Loot Hoarder. Probably just drop Alexstrasza next turn. If we can chip away at this armor, that is. He might play Brawl here. I'm not going to play Alexstrasza next turn if I don't manage to. Maybe it's just a Fatigue Warrior deck. It's interesting. He adds 5 cards from Prince Malchezaar and just gains a bunch of armor. I think that's the case, actually. Do I overdraw here? I overdraw 1. Kind of sucks. This is, got the second Ice Block at least. This is totally 100% without a doubt a Fatigue deck. Do I Flame Strike this board? I don't think there'll be many other options, like when to Flame Strike. Don't have to though, but
I wonder.
I want to start hitting his face, so. We also want to play as many cards from our hand as possible, because otherwise we're going to get milled like we did last turn. So basically we're not going to play any of our card draw cards anymore. If we draw Arcane Intellect, those won't be played. Is that the last card draw card in our deck? The other Azure Drake too. Probably will never see play this game.
What now?
Or did I already play an Azure Drake? I think I did, right? Really just my deck tracker was working. I don't know why it's not. Interesting he's running Battle Rage in this deck though. I think he's just at the point where he's like, I'll never lose the fatigue game at this point, so he's just going for it. I want to play more than one card this turn in case he has a second Cold Light. I can't afford to burn any more cards, so I think I throw the torches at him. If I play this, I go up to 9 cards, and that would mill us again, so we'll just ping here. We have too many cards. Could have played the Avian Watcher, but that's also probably just going to get Shield Slammed. And in a deck where you have Armorsmith, there's always a Shield Slam. Same thing with a Shield Block. Pretty good Malkazar card. Especially, I mean, we have an answer to it. It's not a good answer. Medivh. Nice to see you. Medivh plus Kabbalah's Tome's pretty good. Can't let this Thor-San live though, so this turn's gonna be Polymorph, Frostbolt, Avian Watcher. Next turn either Medivh or Alexstrasza, then the next turn the Kabbalah's Tomes. This doesn't look too far out of reach. If this thing baits out a Shield Slam, it means he might not have one for Medivh or Alexstrasza. Wow, that's a pretty good Malkazar card. Jesus. Gonna need a Flame Strike here. If he picked the mummies, of course, which I assume he did. I think we do Medivh, go face. And do we ping the 7/8s or face? We'll ping the 7/8. It's gonna have to be dealt with eventually. Getting a 4-drop and a 5-drop from Atish is pretty good.
Let the pain speak to me.
I mean, to be totally honest, he is kind of catching up in the fatigue, especially if I just ping his Acolyte twice, then we're tied. Second execute. Alright, he has those though. Yeah, but that doesn't even matter because it draws. Alright, so that's the second execute. Still hasn't played a Shield Slam, I don't believe.
Excuse me, you are on fire.
That belongs in a museum.
Alright, it's a 5/4 at least. It's a threat. These cards are kind of bad. I mean, it's damage, so it's not that bad. It's just really high costed damage. If he's running 2 Acolyte in his deck and Battle Rage, I don't know if it's a fatigue deck anymore. Like, I have no idea what this concoction of a deck is. It seems like fatigue, that's for sure, but maybe not. He's wanting to still draw cards, so I don't think it's a fatigue deck now. Which means I don't know what his win condition is. Just the random legendaries in his deck? I don't know. Elise. My 5/2 lived, which is the good news. Could get 2 5-drops here. That might be a good play. I think that is a good play. It's a shitty 5-drop. Yeah, it's only going to be a 4-drop. Forgot about that. Still better than nothing. Alright. Well, this is our value from Medivh here. Probably about to get brawled if he runs it. It's hard to predict what cards he's going to have. No Mission Inventor. Okay. This is not a fatigue deck. This is like... I don't know. Is this one turn kill Worgen deck? He had an Inner Rage. I do have the ice block though. There goes the second Revenge. Blood to Ichor. He's used both Ravaging Ghouls, both Revenges. That's both Whirlwinds now. So he shouldn't have anyone more 1 damage like things besides Inner Rage. We'll keep that in mind against something like Grom. I think this is finally our Alexstrasza turn. Could just get Shield Slammed. Maybe I want to do more face damage before I do that. I play this to get shield slammed. I have no more big threats left in my deck, so I really want to try to get Alex draws of value. Some damage to his face first. If he's running Justicar, which I really don't think he is, it's going to be a lot harder of a game to win. But I mean, from this position, it's not too bad, especially if he gives us a good minion from Mirror Entity. If it's Worgen one turn kill, there's no way he wins because I got 3 ice blocks. I mean, one's enough usually, but I still have, I think, Babbling Book, Arcane Blast, Medivh's Valet, Flame Strike. Okay. I'll Firelands Portal his face. That is pretty decent. Might have to deal with that, and I think I'll actually throw a Roaring Torch at his face. Or will I? Kind of want to save it as an answer to a legendary minion. Yeah, no need. If he armor up, shield slams this, he might not have the other one. I don't need to heal for 3 damage anyway. With 3 ice blocks. I think if he doesn't play any other card this turn, we just win the game. Alrighty then. We'll play the more expensive card here. Can also drop Vaporize in his face. This could be wasted damage, but we could also save Alexstrasza as a healing method. This card just seems too slow. In this particular matchup. There's been chances where I could play it, I've just been too scared of shield block, although at this point he hasn't played a single one. I got a Flame Strike for that. Alright, well, do I have lethal actually? 9, 15, 21. Don't have lethal. But, wait, sorry. 12, 13, 18, 22. 1 off. So I'll just throw one of these at his face this turn. It's pretty ridiculous. I think I would have healed it back up to full that turn, for sure. If I was at like 1 health. Still don't know what this guy's deck is. Swing conditions, seriously, just... I have no idea. I guess it's just random legendaries and Elise. He doesn't run Shield Slam though, so he's dead. Medivh's Valet lethal. BM. Looking for Doomsayer, Frostbolt, Loot Hoarder, Babbling Book. Got one of the 3. Dragon's Breath isn't terrible in this deck because I got the Doomsayer Frost Nova, but Most likely just Arcane Intellect. Loot Hoarder's another option. Kind of threatens that. So let's go for it. It's off curve, but I mean, this deck tends to float a lot of mana. I think I just have to ping this turn for tempo. Yeah, I don't want to take too much more damage. Next turn got Ice Block Medivh. It's not that good here, actually. Is Dragon's Breath better? If only I could ping in Dragon's Breath. Oh well. This guy's using a nice card back. By the way, the views I got on my last video was just insane. I think we're at like 200 and some now, maybe even over 300 views, which is just ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for watching that video. If you guys are here new, make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that like button so I can make more videos like this one if you enjoy it.
Job's done.
Not enough mana to play all these cards.
Get in there and fight, maggot.
Good news is he has no high main, and if that's his only play, then I think this is where I turn things around. Can't play Azure Drake, otherwise I overdraw. I think this is a Ice Block turn. And I'll play the Medivh now. Puts a board presence out there, deals a bit of damage, gets a card out of my hand. Call. Got Flame Strike. Wouldn't be able to do that if that was nerfed. Not that it's that big of a deal. Oh my god. Okay, Greed. If he has another Call of the Wild and it gets counterspelled, I think that's I mean, I don't even have to Flame Strike yet. So now I get more Flame Strike value anyway. Maybe he'll even play like Houndmaster. Quick shot. I think that we got rid of a quick shot. The odds of him breaking this ice block this turn are pretty slim. Gives us an extra turn to draw for the other one. He didn't want to risk the Call the Wild getting counterspelled, but he didn't block our Ice Barrier this turn, and now we can Flame Strike again. So, seems like things are looking up from here. Both Call the Wilds are gone. If we can't proc our Ice Block this turn, it's a good chance we win.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
Direwolf Alpha, interesting card. Alright, he couldn't proc the block, which is really good news for us. Go Frost Nova Avian Watcher. There's so many plays here, man. It's kind of ridiculous, actually. I think we want to play one of the counters Kabbalist Tomes. He's going to proc this no matter what, so I don't think freezing his board is that important. I think going for an Ice Block. We got one. It's kind of nice.
Right away.
This being a 4/7 is actually pretty annoying for him to trade into as well, so we're lucky we got an Ice Block, but I mean at the same time, that was actually a pretty insane Kabbalist Tome. I think that, always lucky on the 50-50s. I could win in the game, actually. Can we set up lethal here? So we play 6, deal 9. He goes down to 12. Pyroblast won't do it next turn. Unless we freeze his board. It still doesn't do it, but I mean, what else are we going to do? No, it's not going to do anything regardless. So I play Thaurissan. Gets 1 discount on each, so this is 9, this is 3. Still can't play them both in the same turn, but this is 9, this is 1. Can play those both in the same turn, but we can't play Thaurissan and Fireball his face this turn. Still have a block left in the deck. If I play Kabbalist Tome again, go up to... I have too many cards. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'd go up to 10, so I can't do that. Procs this one. We have a chance to draw at the other Ice Block. If not, we have another chance to get it with Kabbalist Tome. I don't know if there was a way we could have set up lethal there. I don't believe there was, though. Like we have 16, 19 damage tops. Wow, okay. We are pretty lucky. Actually, I wonder if Medivh was the right play there. I wonder if I just misplayed. No, we gotta start doing face damage here. If you can't kill this, we got a 10 damage here. Which means instead of pinging, we should have played Azure Drake. No, we couldn't have done that. We're pretty lucky with our Ice Blocks, honestly. Getting one from Kabbalist Tome and then top decking. But I mean, hey, it happens. If he doesn't kill Medivh here, we have lethal. Mr. Valet. He's doing that just to kill it? Okay. Which means we don't have lethal. Although we have Alexstrasza now. Damn. Yep.
Amazing.
Well, we cut this one close, boys. But I'm pretty sure we're able to pull through here. Like I said, Medivh was too slow this game. Okay, we just top decked like insane just to survive this game. This guy deserved the win. I just got really lucky. If I was him, I'd be so salty. 3 ice blocks, still have 10 cards left on my deck, and top deck Alexstrasza. Well, that was a fun game. I'm sorry, guy. Oh well.